Hello everyone, Debolade Banjo is my name. You can find me on Twitter at Debolade Banjo and pretty much everywhere else on social media. You will be in some seconds listening to an interview I had with Super Eagles and Mainz 05 defender Leon Balogun after Nigeria's World Cup ticket clinching win against Zambia. Ooh, that was great. For the sake of being cliche, you will definitely get up close and personal with Leon after listening to this. But how I'd rather put it is that you get an insight to the kind of firm, focused and intelligent person he is, and I hope you enjoy it. You had a good game today, though you struggled with that dude, Alex Ngonga, the guy who wore jersey number 9. His face kind of troubled you, I think. But your intelligence made up for it in other ways.
To be honest, I don't even think that I was on top of my game tonight. I'm being honest. I'm happy if everybody is glad with the way I played, but I know I can do better. If people know me, like the press in Germany, they know me for being a person who's always very straightforward, who's very self-critic as well. And so there were a couple of situations where me, personally, I think I wasn't that... I have another word in mind. Okay. No, it wasn't like that secure or that routine as I usually do, but nevertheless we won the game. This guy, I think the whole Zambian team, they gave us trouble.
True.
Because they are, especially the top four, they keep on going, they keep on rushing, they're just running all over the place all the time, which gives us a hard time, but I think we defended very well. Yeah. We made some tactical adjustments before the game because we had a disastrous training session on Thursday.
Everything seemed fine. Oh, the training session on Thursday was one we didn't watch.
Yes, it was unofficial. That's the purpose.
Huh.
So, and it was something like a last test for us, and a lot of things did not work out. So,
did you think it affected today's game?
Yes, it was something like a wake up call. So and even after we could do some tactical adjustments, and that is what you could see today.
Did it have anything to do with what the manager said in the dressing room in halftime, during halftime rather?
No.
He didn't say much.
No, because our plan was our plan was working out. We knew we just had to be patient, because after I remember that the coach had a talk with me and William after, I think on Friday morning, and I think he also spoke to Obi and to Onazi, but I think we came to agreement that it's because in this training we were pressing, but we knew that the Zambians like to play those long balls, and so we agreed on just giving them the ball, because their game is they plan on counterattacks all the time because they have very quick strikers. So we just thought, let us give them the ball, and then they will get problems. And I think with the long balls, William and me, we dealt with them quite well. So that was part of the plan. We knew that if we have maybe times in the game where we struggle to collect the second balls, that it could cause trouble. But I think at the end, if you see the result, it went very well. I think there were some situations where everybody had the feeling that something could happen out of that, but at the end, nothing really happened. So, clean sheet, one goal, thanks to Alex. But of course, it was a great initiation from Victor Moses as well, and then the assist by Sheu. But perfect. I think this speaks for us as a team. It was great teamwork today.
Absolutely. So back to what I really wanted to ask you. You seem to cut out this figure in the team where you're not new to the squad. I mean, you've been invited since the days of Stephen Keshi, but the fans and everybody really are taking a while to adjust to you. Not that it's a bad thing. Adjusting to you in the sense that you look like the new guy in the team. After, I don't know, maybe it's because there are breaks sometimes when you're off because you're injured and you're not in the team with the guys. But in a good way, people do like you. People like the performances you put in. But you just seem new, and you're not really the new guy. All I know, come on, is the new guy. Does this sometimes make you feel like you need to put in more game in, game out?
No, not at all, because actually I don't even I don't even heard about it. I don't even know that people consider me as new. So that is nothing that troubles me or shakes me in any way.
Okay, I was trying to make a point about the reason I said you're new was you've quite alright. You've been in the team for a very long time, maybe not as long as 2015.
3 years, 2014, March 5th was my first game when I broke my foot.
You would always remember that, wouldn't you?
Of course, that was a horrible day.
Sorry about that. Good. So you're going to the World Cup now. 29 is not exactly the earliest age for anyone to go to the World Cup, but it's great all the same. It's better, like, late than
Better
never.
late than never.
That makes you feel good, right?
Yes, that's why I cried after the game. It's like, it's just, I don't know. I can't even put it to words. I've spoken to my family, to my closest ones. They are like, do you know what this means? I said, yes, I know, but I'm not realizing it. I think it will still take me a couple of days, weeks, maybe even months. Or maybe I will even realize once I get to the plane to Russia. But this right now, so short after the game, seems unreal to me. Is wow. It's just wow. Yes, and I've been here for I don't know. I think I missed the one in 2014 because of my foot.
Very sad.
And so that it happens now, which is a childhood dream, is it's just unbelievable.
Everybody in his team seems to have a story. Alex Iwobi has the story with his uncle, his dad. Olaino also has a little story. Everybody knows Kelechi Iheanacho's story, for instance. Mikel has a story with the team. I don't know what your story or link is. Lots of people don't know that. I guess that's why I suggested that people still don't know a lot of Leon Balogun. What's your link to this country, this nation, the national team? What do you think people should know about you that kind of like connects you to them?
I think the fact that I'm Nigerian should connect me enough.
I know, it's enough. But maybe there's something else people need to know that just will make them connect with you on a personal level.
I really can't think of something.
Besides
I said
jollof rice, which you
yes, I love jollof rice and I love plantain as well. And but no, there's nothing special. It's just my father's Nigerian. He's a boy from Ijubode, so
Ijubode is
yes.
great. I'm from Ijubode too.
You see, he's actually having.
Lots of people don't know that. That just might be it.
I don't know. I think some people know.
Okay.
They link me to it on Twitter. So, matter of fact, my father's having a come together now because he's in an organization in Germany.
Okay.
And I think every 3 or 4 weeks or once a month even they meet. The group is called what is it? Oduduwa, I think.
Oduduwa, yes.
Yes, I think that's for a goddess, right?
The Yoruba
yes,
god,
I know.
yes.
And I think the name is something like that. And they watched the game today on a laptop, and I just called my father, and he showed me around because it was on FaceTime, and they were all very proud. One of the guys there, he even got a very high German appreciation from the president of not Angela Merkel, but we have another just right after, and he was being awarded for his efforts in integration of the Nigerian community. So yes,
that is great. So I saw an interview with you with Omar Akatiba. I don't know if you know him. He asked about your relationship with God.
Yes.
You said one of the reasons you pulled closer to him was because at a point growing up you probably weren't getting picked for teams, which is a problem lots of young people face when they don't get into the courts for their youth teams, age grade teams and the rest. How bad was the struggle? How good on the other part was the struggle when you were trying to get into top flight football?
The thing that I told Omar back then, it wasn't even about getting a team. It was because I had a club already, but it was academy, like under 15, under 16, under 17, and I just wouldn't get picked for the first team in my age. So that was actually the fact, but that shaped me into the person I am, I think, today, because I learned quite early how to deal with setbacks, even on my own sometimes. So I learned quite early that I should never give up. And I think there's also something which is characteristic for my game, because even if I feel like I'm not doing well, if I feel weak or something, I just fight. Yes, and I think that at the end also has to do something with my last name. So so the circle closes.
And this
at this
certainly
point.
must have affected some of the career decisions you've made.
Probably, yes.
Can you think of any one very good career decision you made and one bad one, maybe, if there's any?
I don't really believe in good and bad, because I think there's a reason for everything. And I made a big step when I signed my first professional contract, because I think I skipped 5 leagues. And I was away from home for the first time. It was just 260 kilometers, but still I was living on my own, first own apartment. But I had to deal with the fact that I wasn't really interesting I was part of the first team, but I wouldn't play a role in there, or a big role in the plans. So yes, but still I met a lot of great friends in my first. That wasn't over. Then I went on to Bremen, where I had the chance to play with great players known in Europe. I don't know if you know Claudio Pizarro here, but probably yes, because he would play for Chelsea. He had a great career. I even made friends with some of them. Per Mertesacker, who plays with Iwobi now at Arsenal. So I had the chance to learn from great players. Also Naldo, he used to play for the Brazilian national team. From then I went to Fortuna Düsseldorf, my first steps in the first division. Then we got relegated. So I wouldn't really say I made bad choices. I could have made better ones, but at the end of the day, all these choices, they made me the player that I am today.
And your time at Mainz, you're totally enjoying that. How do the fans perceive you? You talked about them earlier, saying people at Mainz know that your game is always top notch, and once you don't give your best, you talk about it. So they definitely, I think the fans must have noticed that about your personality, your game, and the kind of person you are. How do they perceive you, and how is Mainz generally?
Mainz is, I'm from Berlin. It's a big city. So Mainz is quiet. But it's cute. It's charming. The people are very nice, very open-minded. You always have a good time. They have a nice mentality. And I really feel comfortable over there. And with the supporters, I think they appreciate the fact that I'm authentic. I think that's what a lot of people like about me, that I'm not trying to please anyone. I'm just being the way I am. If you respect me, I respect you. But at the same time, if you're getting too close, I will let you know that. You just see, I've seen the guy now. I just like to have my peace, and but I think I'm never unkind or unfriendly. But with some people, you just have to be a bit more, firm than with others. But I always take my time, or as much time as I can, for the fans, for the supporters, and I think that's also something that I display in my game. What I said before, I fight, and that's what they appreciated from one of my first games. And I think I wouldn't say I'm everybody's darling or the supporters' darling, but I think I have a good standing with some of the supporters, because I even take time sometimes if I see them on the streets, and if they approach me, I just talk to them about everything. So yeah.
Great. Coincidentally, I was going to ask you what people like about you. The question. So how about I ask you what you like about people? What attracts you to people when you see them? What strikes you about people? What are the kind of people you would actually draw towards naturally?
I like happy people, open-minded people who don't just live on one idea of life or to stereotypes. I don't really like this. I think you have to be able to adapt in life, because life is steadily changing.
True.
And I like intelligent people that you can have a great conversation with about everything, and people that I can learn from, who make me better, make me wiser. But at the same time, people who have this certain, who have empathy, who have social intelligence, because I'm a person, I don't need to be by myself, but I enjoy it very much, because I think time for yourself is very important. So if you see me running through these halls with my earphones plugged in, I'm not just going this way and not listening to anybody because I say, yeah, I don't care. It's just because I'm into my music. There's something about me as well. I love music. It's probably my biggest, the second biggest passion after football. And so I like people who appreciate the distance, because you will meet, especially if people know you, you meet a lot of people that just come and say, hey, I want to be your friend and this and that, but I don't know you.
True.
So if I'm being distant for first, then don't blame me or don't judge me. It's just being cautious, and I don't let anybody into my life. Yeah, and that's about it. So that's what I like about people. Like people I can connect with easily because we're maybe share passion, or maybe I just feel that I can see in their eyes that we are on the same level when it comes to a certain level of understanding.
Can I go 5 more minutes?
Yes, no problem.
Great. So definitely Kevin Prince Boateng is one of those people, that kind of person for you. That's one person we know. I think everything just adds up about your personality that you just said, but that's one person you're spoken about on social media, giving a shout out to on social media. Mm-hmm. Are there any other persons in your life at the moment who fit into that kind of bill?
No, the thing is, I know him from Berlin since I'm 10 or 11. We never really played together, but we trained together a couple of times, and then we didn't have contact for years. Just when we've seen each other, then we have friends in common, and then over the years you meet when you come back to Berlin, because he's from Berlin as well, and I think when he came back to Schalke, that was when our friendship became stronger. And with Kevin, me, it's just he's real, like probably even realer than I am. He's straightforward, and but he's also a different kind of person. He's like, if he comes into a room, he gains attraction. Like, he attracts everybody. He's just this guy. He's just born. He's a born leader, and. But with him, he's just straight, and that's what he also likes about me, because I'm also very loyal, and I think this is what he appreciates about me, that I'm not you. As I said, if you're a famous person, or if you're a person that is known, a lot of people, they will come to you for a reason. But he knows with me, it's not that. It's just because I like him, and because he likes me. And if there are other persons like him in football, you mean?
Outside football too.
Yes, of course, my friends.
Outside football that we know. Aside your friend, that's what I meant.
Let me think. That you know. The thing is, sometimes you think about people, but then you forget other ones. I don't know if you know him, and I don't even know him for too long, but it's more or less the same thing. You just feel that it's just vibing, because he's a straight up person. He's real. He wants to support other people, and that would be Dumi Oborota. He's the manager of Tinie Tempah.
Yes. Tinie Tempah. I don't know him, but I know you and Tinie Tempah.
Yes, we are cool. We text from time to time on Instagram, but it's his manager. He even approached me, who I deal with on a regular basis. Therefore, of course, I get to talk to Tinie sometimes, but of course, Tinie is busy a lot, traveling the world, making his gigs. But I can tell from the conversations I had with Tinie that he's also a very, very nice guy, very, very decent. Yes, that's what I like about him. But I can't say too much about him because I haven't spent that much time with him. But his best friend and the manager, Dumi, he's one of the guys. Even though I know him for 8 months now, I think we are in touch for a bit more than a year. But was it even more? No, probably a bit more, 1.5 years or something. But when we first met was beginning of this year, and he's one of those guys where I say, he will be a friend because of the way he deals with me, the things he's willing to do with me, and how he wants to help me. That's just without even knowing me. That's where I see we have a basis.
Good. So I've kind of gathered you are introverted in nature, which means when you're done with football, maybe you're probably not going to go into punditry.
To what?
Into punditry, being a sports analyst. You're probably not going to do that.
I don't think so.
You probably own a studio or a sneakers line. What would you think you do after football? Do you have businesses you run by the side right now?
Not now.
Okay.
I'm thinking about something. As I mentioned before, I like to help people as well. If I have the feeling I can help them, but it's not necessarily on a financial basis. Like if I can give them advice, that's what I like to do. Actually, a lot of friends of mine, they call me if they have problems. So no, but what I think is that in football there are a lot of people, or you're often in teams, and that's what the world does not see. There are a lot of players, and not all players make it. Not all players, they are part of the team, but they are not all recognized.
True.
And I once was one of these kids in my very first station, and me and my friend back then, he's now one of my best friends because we started there as our first professional station. We said once we're in a certain age, we want to be the guys who take the young kids and like make them feel comfortable. And I think, and this is not criticism, but I think a lot of coaches don't really know what it means to take care of player number 15 to 25, because usually the squad size is about 25 to 28 players. The first 11, or number 1 to number 11, plus number 12, 13, 14, the ones who regularly come in. You don't need to take care of them so much, but it's the guys behind them that are there every day in training, doing their best, who try to get in. Exactly. It's them who suffer a lot. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing something in that direction. Yes, and if not, maybe even something with music. I will see.
I think so. So who are you listening to right now? Travis Scott?
Travis Scott sometimes, but
Okay.
who do I listen to a lot? Right now, there's not one in specific. It's just a lot of things. But
What are you listening to right now? Is there one song you probably play twice more than you play any other person?
Oh no, that's wrong. One guy, he's also part of the Disturbing London family.
Okay.
Is Young Bane. He has a. I think he just entered the top 10 with another kid, Youngin, with their song Bestie. But he has one out that's called Rihanna.
Oh.
And that's also in the top 40 at least, or even top 10. I don't know. I don't want to lie, but
I'll check that out.
he's one of the kids I'm listening to right now a lot. Of course, I always listen to Tinie. Then they even have a newcomer, or smaller kid. His name is A2, also Nigerian.
Nice.
And of course, I always like to support Nigerian music or Nigerian musicians if they're good. And I'm a huge fan, always been and always will be, of Craig David, because he's amazing. And at the same time, who else? Chris Brown.
Yeah. You think Bodak Yellow is such a good hit?
Who?
Bodak Yellow, Cardi B's Bodak Yellow, the song on top of the chart right now.
I don't even know it, to be fair.
Wow. Okay, finally. Because
Or maybe I heard it, but I don't know the name.
You probably do. You probably did. So I'll just wrap it up now. What is the one thing you struggle with? For instance, I burn my food every time, almost every time. What's the one thing you struggle with?
Ooh.
I mean, you seem to have it all together, quite alright. But there must be one thing you struggle with.
You said you burn your food. I don't even cook my food. I'm not cooking on a regular basis. No, but there's nothing I struggle with. I don't know.
Did you just say there's nothing you struggle with? I don't believe you.
No, I'm not saying it, but I just can't think of something.
Okay. So, have you been able to think about what the World Cup means to you? We've been talking for like 12 minutes. When we started, you said you can't imagine right now.
I just can say that it's one of the biggest achievements. I think there are a lot of players, or not a lot of, but there are some big players. Even George Weah is one example. He won everything, but he never played a World Cup. So it's something you dream of when you're a little child. When you just play on the playground with your friends, you just think, I want to play the World Cup one day. One of my oldest friends, he just texted me, bro, that has been our childhood dream. I can't believe you make it true. So that, of course, and yes. But I think that's it. But I think to accomplish a childhood dream, that's one of the biggest things you can achieve in life. Yes.
This has been really good. Thank you very
You're
much for
welcome.
your time. Thank you.